and welcome to the Creatives Get Real podcast. I'm Roben-Marie Smith.
And I'm Sandi Keene, and these are real conversations about the creative life. Hey, Robin.
Hey, Sandi, how are you?
I'm doing good. This is our first podcast in quarantine.
Yes, it is.
I was like, how do I word this?
Yeah.
So we want to acknowledge that we're dealing with all of this on a daily basis, just like everyone else.
Yep. Daily. It's one day at a time, truly.
It is. Yeah. So maybe daily is the wrong word. Hourly might be the right.
Yes. And
Yes.
it's like, we're taught, we communicate pretty much daily anyway. And it's like, how you feeling today? You're just like, the word tired comes to mind every single day. It's just, yeah. Good night's sleep, sometimes not, but then it's like, oh, I'm just tired today. So I know we're not alone in this at all.
No. And, we talked about, do we even do this? Do we even continue podcasting? Do we do reruns? Do we not put out a podcast? And the reason that we decided to continue is that we are getting lots of messages from people that are saying, I'm so enjoying the podcast. I'm so enjoying hearing you guys, having someone with me in my studio when I'm creating, and just hearing friendly voices.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So
it's sort of like, okay,
we have to.
We have to. And then you're all right. Okay, well, what can we talk about that is meaningful? Because it's this battle that we're dealing with of, okay, well, does it seem insensitive to be talking about art and posting art or, but we want this to be positive and uplifting because we all need that right now. And is it hard to create? Yeah. Is it hard to just get through the motions of the day every day? Yes, it is.
Yes.
I walk in the kitchen and most of the time I'm just like, I have no energy to make anything. In fact, I'm really not even that hungry. I mean, I hopefully can lose a little weight during this time because I'm sure not eating a whole lot. It's just we're all kind of going through this. And so we just feel like we just want to be there with you guys. And so, yeah. And so today's topic is about comfort.
Yes, which is so needed.
Oh, I know. It's about comfort. And we're going to share ways and basically things that we are doing that are helping us. And some of them are silly and some of them are art related, some of them aren't. We just started writing a list down of some things that we're just doing to try to not only keep things a little bit more routine and a little bit more normal, but then just some other things that have been kind of thrown in. So we thought we would just go through those lists and share those ideas with you guys.
Yeah, because maybe there's something on this list that you haven't thought of and you're like, hey, I'm going to add that to my day and see what it does for me. And then I'm sure there's things on here that we are all doing.
Yep, I agree.
All right, so I'm going to take the first one.
Okay.
And my first one is Skype and FaceTime cocktail parties.
Ooh, tell me about that.
We did this we have friends in New York. And what we did is we got on Skype and we had drinks and snacks. And it was just like we were having a dinner party together. We talked, we laughed, we shared experiences, we ate together. And it was just so nice to do something normal and to see friendly faces. And these are people that we've known for decades. So we have so much history. There was so much to laugh about. It did us so much good.
I love that idea. I mean, I wouldn't have thought about like a dinner party-ish way, like what you did. I mean, I have gotten together with, my art friend, Susan in California, where we just put our laptops across where we would be sitting because I had to cancel my trip to California. And it was like we were together in the studio and we did that for like 3 hours and it was really nice, just to have that, okay, this is what it would be like if we were together as best as we can. But I love that idea where you had the food and you had your drinks and you just, it was just the whole atmosphere. That's really a great idea. I love that.
Yeah. So we really enjoyed it. It really helped a lot. Okay, tell me one of yours.
Okay, so baking. I love to bake. I'm not really big on cooking. I know I said earlier that I go in the kitchen and I'm like, I don't really want to eat anything, but I've been trying new recipes. Just, if anything, just to do something kind of meditative where it's just sort of like I'm just trying out these new recipes and I've got a lot of the ingredients already in the house. So it's just, all right, let me try making this. So I tried homemade bread it was an almond bread. So it was a non-grain bread and it actually came out pretty good. It was a little bit small. So we called it tiny bread because the little slices were not very, they weren't very tall, like a loaf,
Mm-hmm.
but they were really good. And so I'm just trying out different recipes that I've had in my stack where I'm like, you know what, now's the time, to try it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them I'm trying and I'm like, okay, I'll eat a little bit of that. I'm not really sure. I'm sharing it, with my husband, um, but just trying more in the baking area, not the food cooking. I don't consider that the same thing, but that's been kind of fun, to try these
Good.
different recipes. And because, we're really getting sick of eating the same stuff every day.
Mm-hmm.
And so even just getting takeout, if you get that maybe once a week, I'm so excited to get something different. But
Mm-hmm.
now it's getting more where we're not going out as much. So it's like,
Right.
try some new things. So yeah.
Yeah. We did a soup lately. We have an Instant Pot, which I
Hmm.
love, and I'm using it so much. And there was a soup where it called for sour cream, and I'm digging through the refrigerator going, I don't have sour cream. What can I substitute? And I found French onion dip, and I'm like, hey,
Oh,
that's basically sour cream.
absolutely.
It was
It
really
probably
good.
tasted even better with the seasoning in it.
Yeah, it worked. So
Oh
I
yeah,
consider that a creative solution.
I agree.
Okay, my next one, and this might be my favorite one,
Mm.
is putting up white lights everywhere.
Oh yeah,
So I love, first of all, I'm a Christmas fiend.
she is.
I adore Christmas like
I'll attest to
crazy.
that. Yes.
So just getting out my lights and putting them up, we put them on our lanai. We have put our Christmas lights back up on our house. I know a lot of people are doing that. So it brings me joy every night when those lights come on. And
Hmm.
I'm hoping that as people and especially families are walking through the neighborhood and
Yeah.
biking, that they see them and it brings them joy too.
Mhm.
But lights, they are
Mhm.
saving my butt right now.
I love the one that you sent me the video of with I guess it with the stars where they were going in, they were like glowing in and out in different
The different
colors.
colors.
They were really
Yeah.
pretty. Yeah. And
Thank
your
you.
porch really does look, I call it a porch, you call it a lanai, but yeah, it looks beautiful. I love the lights on there. And
Thank you. Well, you've
you're
got lights on your
I
lanai as
do.
well.
I keep them up all year round. The first year when my husband put them up, I was like, I really like those. I think we're just going to keep them up. And so every night they come on on the timer. But I'm thinking after seeing what you've done, I'm thinking I might want to put one in the front window, maybe some white lights in the front window around the front door so that more people, more people can see them. They can't really see the ones on our back, but
Right.
in the front of the house would be nice. And then maybe, like you said, other people might follow suit, and then it would just make it more festive
It
because it
really
is.
would.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope more people, we were not the first people in our neighborhood. We were the second. Because
Yeah.
the first time I saw it, I'm like, why do they have lights up? What is this? And
Hmm.
then I saw it online. I'm like, oh, that's cool. We're
Right.
doing that.
Exactly.
So
I
it
like
makes
that.
me happy. I don't care what the neighbors think.
No, we're not worrying about what the neighbors think if it's making you happy.
Yeah,
Uh,
good enough.
okay, so another one for me is I am especially calmed by the sound of wind chimes, and I have several um, YouTube channels that have just like hours of these just beautiful. Some have nature mixed in, but they're just really calming to me. And so when I start feeling a little bit stressed or I'm just a little overwhelmed or I can feel that little bit of a stress or, tension headache coming on, I'll turn on the wind chimes and I'll just lay down and I'll just try to keep my breathing calm and I'll just let that kind of wash over me, just like a meditation where I can just be like, okay. And I even use it at night. Alexa has one I can just tell her to play and it helps me kind of get a little bit more calm as I go into sleep. And so I don't know, that sounds a little kind of, I
It
don't
sounds
know,
great.
but it is, and I don't know why it's the wind chimes. I think I have some on my patio or, on the porch, and we've had them forever. I think since we probably early got married, and it kind of reminds me of just my life, and, just it's got history in that sound that makes me happy. And so I love that sound. And so that's what I've been doing. And it really helps because there's just so much noise, and regular music. I like music, but that's not helping me. So the wind chimes and just kind of stopping and just letting myself meditate and all has really helped. So that's calming for me.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine is making your house really special. So what we've done is just very simple furniture rearranging, like not moving the couch, but we've moved some side chairs. We've moved where we generally eat. We put that in front of our lanai so that we can look outside, because if you're not in Florida, you're probably dealing with cold temperatures and snow, so you can't go outside. Our problem here is that we are smack in the middle of allergy season. And I don't even have bad allergies, and I have been horrible. So going outside for any length of time right now is just a nightmare. So putting our furniture where we can still see outside and not being outside. And I've done extra things, like I shopped my house and I found all of the flower arrangements and candles and anything that's pretty that makes me happy. And I've put them in places where I really see them.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Just change things up a little bit.
Yeah, I like that idea. That is. Yeah. I mean, then you notice it more than when it's in the normal location that it's always where you just almost don't really see it. Yeah, that's a great idea. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And on our table, I got out matching candles and flowers and these beautiful coasters that some artists did. They're gorgeous. And I put those out. We're using them, and just seeing that makes me happy.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I love that. Well, mine's quite on the opposite. My next one is naps and reading. I have been taking a lot of naps. You know what? If you need it, do it. I have broken your rule a few times, though, where rather than just laying horizontal on the bed with no real extreme comfort, I've just cleared the bed and gotten in and said, all right, in 2 hours, I'm sure I'll wake up. And that's what's happened. But I've done both, where I've done a quick nap and then the long naps. And then, of course, I love to read. I read all kinds of different novels, and I have amped up that a little bit, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm taking a break. I'm going to go and read some. And that just helps. If I'm tired, then I'll just take a nap and I don't worry about it. And I know that some of you that are listening are like, I'd love to be able to do that, but my kids are home right now. Well, maybe even if your kids are a little older, they could still use some quiet time. They could still use maybe a 30-minute, all right, we're all going to go into our rooms and we're just going to lay on our beds and we're just going to have some quiet time. You can read if you want, you can be on your phone, but we're just going to be quiet. We did that at camp, in summer camp. Every day we had a quiet time period. And I think we all need that. So whether it's a long nap or whether it's just a quiet time period, I think that we should consider trying that. And I think it will help get some of that noise out and just help us just to be a little bit calmer.
I've done some napping as well, and mine, I'm sure I'm not the only person that's not sleeping great.
Yeah, well, no, we're not. Yeah.
No, I would say that probably no one's sleeping well. And there's times when I'm just like, I just literally cannot stay awake another moment, and I have to go lay down.
Yep. Oh yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah, I'm going to do that right after we record this podcast.
As a matter of fact,
it's on my schedule today. I've been looking forward to it since I woke up.
Nap.
Hey man, we're getting real, people, right?
Okay, my next one is playing games via video chat.
Oh, and I love this idea. Tell them you FaceTimed me about this last night, and I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, what we've discovered is we are a board game family, first of all. We love games. And my son is many states away. And so I set up I put my phone in an overhead holder, And then we were playing a dice game. He could see the table. I rolled for him, but he made all of his decisions. And so last night I set up a game and I FaceTimed you and said, hey, are you available to play? And you weren't. You were getting ready to do something. But we definitely are doing a rain check, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to set the game back up and call you. And you and my husband are great at this game together. So I will be your arms, but you can play.
Yeah, I love that idea. As soon as you showed me the table setup, I was like, oh yeah, I love that game. That's perfect. So yeah, we'll definitely do a rain check on that one. I think that's a brilliant idea. We really do have to get creative, don't we?
Yeah, and we have to have fun. We have to have fun.
Yep.
Okay, your turn.
Okay, so I'll share this one because it's fun, and it's an app called Marco Polo. So if you guys are not familiar with this, I think it's sweeping the world right now because everybody is in desperate need of video and being connected. But it's free, and it's pretty simple to use. You just record a video, and then whoever it's recorded to gets to watch it, and they can respond back to it. You can even watch it while they're recording it. Like, you can tune in, you'll get a notification. But one of the things that's really funny about it is that it has these voice enhancements. And the funny one is, of course, the helium, or it sounds a little like a chipmunk. And Sandy and I have been doing that, I don't know, for several days now. And we just crack up laughing every time we watch them. I go back and rewatch them and listen to them because they're so funny.
Yes.
And we're like, yeah, we need to just start doing this. So it sounds so juvenile and so silly, but it is something that makes us laugh. So
absolutely.
Like, I know.
So if you can imagine, and the more serious the conversation that you're having in this squeaky little cartoon voice, the funnier it is.
It is. It's hilarious. So y'all need to check that out. Marco Polo. It's free. You can do. I set up one where it's a group with my family. So we can all do a video, and then everyone can see it and respond, and it's just hilarious. Of course, my niece and nephew are college age, and they're like, why don't you just use Snapchat? Like, I don't like Snapchat. I don't want to use Snapchat. Just use Marco Polo, So they're giving me a hard time, but we've been having
do this for me.
I know. Just do this for your aunt. But it is hilarious, guys. You guys need to check it out.
Yes. Okay. This one is a stolen one, but I'm going to tell you about it. I saw this on Instagram, and I thought, this is brilliant. So my husband and I have already started doing this. And there was a family, and what they said was, I'm sorry I don't have their names to give them credit, but every time that they or their children said, I wish we could, they write it down in a bowl, and as soon as this is over, they're going to go through the bowl, and they're going to pick each one, and they're going to do all of these I wish we could.
Oh.
I'm like, that is brilliant. I said to my husband, I know what my first one is. It is, I wish I could get takeout, because we're not getting any takeout right now.
Oh,
I'm like, because I do not enjoy cooking. So getting takeout is such a treat. I cannot wait to have a meal someone else cooked, because I'm sick of cooking.
Yeah. I think when the time comes, the restaurants are going to be absolutely bombarded, because we're all just like, yeah, tired of the same food, and I don't want to have to cook it. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. That's a great idea.
Isn't that a great idea?
Yeah.
So I love this bowl. So we've started that.
I like that idea. All right.
Yeah.
I have to adopt that one. Yeah.
I think so. I think we should all do it.
Yeah. I wish I could go and get a pedicure. So my next one is my own home done pedicure, because I like to get that done and take care of my feet. And so I've got it's like a sponge, it's like a petty sponge. And so you can kind of it's got like a soap in it, and you can kind of use that to kind of buff everything, and it always feels really good. And then I have like a mask that you can put on your feet, and you let it kind of dry, and then you sleep in it. And then after you get up in the morning, you rinse it off. And so it's a coconut oil and what's verbena, and it smells good. And just something little like that, just kind of, you're almost giving yourself a little foot massage, and you get somebody else can help you. Yeah. It's the little things, right? I mean,
it really is.
Yeah.
Do you paint your toenails?
Well, since this started, I had already had my appointment like right before this all really went.
Mm-hmm.
Within the week, I'm going to have to take the polish off and start over because I can keep a pedicure polish for a good 5 weeks ish, but I haven't gone anywhere and done anything. So it's kind of holding up a little longer, but
Right.
I'll just put clear polish on, and then I'll wish that when this is over, I can go get my my toes done. But, I wear flip flops and I like to be barefoot. And so I've got to, get in there and kind of
Mm-hmm.
up, and it just feels good. So
Yeah. Yeah, I know. So it'll be hard for people to imagine that. I mean,
yeah.
I am barefoot. I'm going to say 90% of the day.
Uh-huh.
I put my shoes on to go outside, but in the house,
Uh-huh.
I'm always barefoot.
Yep. Yeah.
Florida.
Yep.
Okay.
That's right. Florida.
All right. Mine is messages to your neighbors. And that is whether it's in Sidewalk Chalk on your driveway. I haven't done this, but I've seen it, and I'm like, I think we should do this. Haven't done it yet, but you do like in your driveway or on the sidewalk, you write messages to people, just little inspiring, hopeful things. And the other thing that I've seen people doing is to put paper hearts in their windows.
Yeah.
I love those ideas.
That's a great idea. Yeah, I like that. Kind of goes with the lights and the decorating. What else can you do to just put a message out there? Yeah, I like that.
Yes, I'm sure. Is your neighborhood like this as well? Like it's so much busier than normal. Like people are out walking and riding bikes and walking their
Yeah.
dogs.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
live
everybody's
kind of
out.
on I mean, my subdivision isn't really big, but I'm seeing more kids outside. Like they're
Mm-hmm.
riding their little bikes and stuff. I live on a kind of a horseshoe street, so it's not like a main road.
Right.
Kind of turn onto our street, but I'm seeing the kids, and when the windows are open, I love listening to them out there laughing and screaming, and it's sweet. It's hearing life. Because
Right.
there's just we're not going anywhere, so we're not hearing any of that. But that's a great idea. I like the sidewalk chalk idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. That's a great idea. Okay. So another one, that puzzles. I know you had said games. My mom loves puzzles, and we try to talk every day. And so just having a puzzle set up on the table, or, on your dining room table or wherever, where you can just go and just, knock out an hour or something, just focusing on a puzzle. It's
Mm-hmm.
calming. I mean, it reminds me of Christmas because we're always doing puzzles during the holidays,
Right.
you and the time I spend with you and your family. So yeah, puzzles. Yeah, puzzles are good.
Yeah, I do enjoy a jigsaw puzzle. It's just,
Well, you
it just,
always have one going. So
I do, but it's just, it occupies enough of your
yep.
brain that you can't obsess about things.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that too.
Yep. It's a diversion for sure.
Okay, my next one is on Instagram. There's an account called the Good News Movement. It's good news _ movement. And what they do is they find uplifting, wonderful stories from around the world and post them. And you will either cry tears of, oh, that is the sweetest thing I've ever seen, or you will laugh your butt off. And I am up for either.
Awesome. Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of Good News Movement. So I think we should all be just getting that little joy in our lives. I love it.
So you just follow the hashtag and they'll appear in your feed.
Yeah, it's actually an account. It's not a hashtag. It's
okay.
Account.
So follow the account. Okay. Very good. Awesome. Great suggestion. Okay, so for me, I'm doing some cleaning and organizing. My husband got up. He'd been wanting to do this project before it got too hot. And so about 6 weeks ago, before all this kind of went south, he had gone into the attic, and I was not looking forward to it. He had pulled out everything in the attic, and he's like, we're going through all of this. My husband's one of those that doesn't like his attic cluttered. He doesn't want the garage cluttered. So it's like, who cares? It's in the attic. So he brought all that stuff down, and it was all piled up in the boxes and stuff in the garage. And so he'd been bringing them in the house. And I was like, I don't really want to do this, but now I have time. So I've been going through all of these bins full of stuff. I've actually found art supplies that I just totally forgot about or didn't even know I had. So I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. And then I've got a bunch of stuff to donate. And yeah, so it's been feeling good kind of cleaning and getting stuff organized and doing that, which again, kind of occupies that brain. I get focused on it and feel like, all right, I'm going to set a goal to go through these 2 boxes or whatever and get those done. And then I feel like, all right, good, I've accomplished something. I wouldn't say it's comforting in a sense like, you know, doing a pedicure, but it feels good now that it's, you know, getting off our plates, you know, and getting that done. So,
Right.
yeah.
And plus, it's something you can control.
Exactly.
In this world of, you know, everything
I know.
is just happening and we have no control over it.
That's true.
It's nice to find little places that you can control something.
That's true. That's a great point. Yeah, that's a great point.
Okay, my next one is wearing perfume. And this just makes me happy. It's the smallest thing. But I don't know about you, but I haven't seen pants with a zipper since this started. So I'm not wearing like a real clothes. I'm wearing comfortable clothes all the time. And maybe twice a week I'll throw on some makeup. But there's something about every day, just that little, oh, I smell good.
Mm-hmm. I put perfume on before I go to bed.
Do you? Same thing? So
I
you
do.
smell it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I make sure that when I spray it on, that I rub it over the top of my, like my arm, you know, the top, not just the underneath, because I like to sleep on my arm. And that way my face is kind of near that and I can smell it and it smells nice. So yeah, I'm with you 100% on that. Yeah.
I've never done that, but I like that idea.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Perfuming before bed just for you.
Just for me. Yeah. I like that. That's a great idea.
I like it too. Go.
Yeah, perfume.
That's cool.
All right, ladies, go for it. Okay, so creating, which is sometimes a struggle each day because of just where our heads are. But as we're recording this, it's airing, you know, on Thursday. Let's see, that's the 9th. So today's the 9th. And the 7th started the 100-day project. And I participate in that. This will be my 4th year. And I've been working towards it for probably the last 5 weeks because it's taken me longer this year to figure out what do I want to do. And basically the 100-day project is a free project. It's open globally to anyone who wants to participate. And you just choose something, a theme, an action, just something that you want to do every day. And it can be anything. It could be something that's not even super creative. It's just something that you want to do, whether you want to write a poem every day or you want to write a letter every day to friends or family. It can be anything. And so it took me a while this year to kind of settle on what I wanted to do. And so that's going to require me to do creativity every day for 100 days, which I know I can do because I've done it. But it's just like, okay, I need to do something, even if it's going in there and just being messy and not having any goal. It's just get in there and do some creating. And I know you're trying to do that as well. So it's, we have to. We're creative people.
Yeah.
You know? And I think it's easy sometimes to be like, I don't have the energy to do it. But if I force myself to go in, sometimes just sitting there at the art table and just going, all right, let me pet my supplies and let me whatever, you know, you start feeling a little bit better. So,
right.
Yeah.
And I think the important thing is no expectations.
Yeah.
This is not the time to start a giant canvas and say, this is going to be my masterpiece.
No, I agree with that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Just little bits of something. And if it's something that, you know, you can share with someone else and bring some joy to them, that's wonderful too.
Yeah. And, you know, I know right now there's talk about the mail. And so if you're not comfortable sending mail, why not create some things, whether it's mail art or cards or just notes, and save them and have them ready to go so that when this is, you know, over and we're kind of moving forward, then you can mail those out. Maybe you send a photograph of it and you send that to your friend or your family and then let them know this is what you can look forward to when this passes.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I like that. Okay, my turn?
It's your turn, yeah.
Watching YouTube musical performances. This is getting my husband and I through the evenings. When you've been like, he's working from home and I'm working from home, and you've just been at it, and you've cooked 42 meals, even though there's just two of you, and you've cleaned up the dishes 17 times, and it's just like, I need some quiet and some peace. I am loving all of these free concerts that are on YouTube, all these performances we have watched just from gamuts, from choirs to Andrew Lloyd Webber, Neil Diamond, which I wasn't even sure it was him because the man has aged a bit, like the rest of us haven't. But Chris Martin, all the country stars, just everyone is putting. And what's really cool is I love seeing the choirs that are singing remotely, like each one is in their own home, but they're putting them together in like a Brady Bunch style grid and putting it all. Oh, wow. I love it.
I saw a clip on the news of it was a children's choir, and that's what they were showing, was like the Brady Bunch style, and they were singing, and I thought, man, they sound really good. And it was just a clip on the news of what was happening. So yeah, that looks like it'd be pretty interesting. I know some friends that are watching those concerts and those different things as well.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
There you go. All right, I have one more, and
Okay.
It's making fresh lemon water. I have a lot of lemons I've been getting, when we've been going to the grocery store, getting lots of these big, plump, juicy lemons. And it's just a little something. It's not much, but just some fresh, cold lemon water has been something I've been doing every day. Yeah.
Nice.
You can do cucumbers, mint, whatever.
It's like
but just
spa water.
I know. Yeah, just something different. Something that's like, okay. Because I drink a lot of water. And so this has just kind of been a nice treat to jazz it up a little bit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
My last one is candles. And that's just lighting candles and having your house, when you walk through and you just smell, that smell, and you're like, oh, that's so nice. Then you go into a different room and there's a different scent. It's like, oh, I like this one too.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Got to do candles.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So there are some ideas of what's doing it for us. We hope maybe there's some ideas in here that you'll either say, yes, I'm doing that too, or, hey, I hadn't thought of that one. I'm going to try it.
Yep. And share and, tag us. Let us know what you're doing. We'd love to hear.
We'd love to know, because we'll steal some of your stuff.
Yeah, we will. Yeah. And you can steal any and all of ours as well. So
exactly. Free exchange going here.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Take care. Be safe.
Thanks for listening to the Creatives Get Real podcast. We sure appreciate you. This was a part of our quarantine sessions